modern day masculine man, take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't break you, are not me, and I am not you. I can be real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo! Yo, 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 yo. What's up, family? What's popping in the population, as my man Chris Mayfield would say. You know, I said thank you for being tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to one of the dopest podcasts ever created. I'm here on another live Tuesday with my guy, Mr. Trab Perry.
What's up, man? What's up, man? Feeling good, ready to have a powerful night tonight.
Yes, sir. How your week been going so far? This is the day before hump day. I call it the rising of the deal day.
Man, I'm coming up the hill over the hump and I feel good. I'm full. With everything going on in the world, we all know what it takes. But I created a video today for me and your song called Hey Black Dress.
Yes.
Man, I challenged myself, man. I sat down and I say, Trab, if you put enough attention to it, you're going to figure it out. And I figured it out to make an animation video for our message. Yeah. And for me, in my world, man, I hung something up on that to say I'm proud of myself. And I want to take that momentum and ride it all the way through the show, dog. I promise you.
Well, I'm proud of you too, man, because I think that's a beautiful song. I think it's well written. I think you sing the hell out of the hook. I think it's got a wonderful message. And it's something that I always wanted to see a visual for. And for you to be able to do that with an animation, you know what I'm saying? It made me proud. And like I said, the brother told me last week that he was proud of me and like made me cry, man. So I'm letting you know I'm proud of you, brother, for what you did.
Come on,
man. Before we get started this week, man, I just want to say it's been a beautiful thing doing this podcast. And if you can hear us say yay, yay, you tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. But man, it's been a beautiful thing doing this podcast. My guy just disappeared. Let me see where my guy go. Trab, my guy just disappeared. He must have hit the wrong button or something. We're going to see what's going on with my guy and what happened. He should be reappearing in a minute now. Let me send him this link again. Invite guest. Matter of fact, let me call my guy just to make sure everything's good with him. Okay, there you go. He just popped back up. Like I said, you must have hit the wrong button or something.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know what happened, man.
He done morphed up out of here like Star Trek. Remember they used to say, beam me up, Scotty, and motherfucker just disappear. Yeah, man. I saw this thing on the internet today, and I figured you'd be the perfect guy to talk about it because you got a teenage son and a teenage daughter. Basically, it was a young man and a young girl on the side of the road. They were kissing, and he had the little girl's butt gripped up. You know what I'm saying? And her daddy walked up, and the daddy made the little girl get in the car, and then he went over to the little boy. You know, he was checking the little boy, and then he kind of got angry with him, like, do something, motherfucker, do something. And he was in the little boy's face. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember if he hit him. I think he might have slapped him or something. Did you see the video?
Yeah. I commented on the video.
Yeah. I know I saw your comment, so I said I thought that'll be a perfect situation. Your comment, I'll let you say your comment, but describe what did you say you saw? I saw a little boy kissing a little girl. He had her gripped up on the butt. Daddy pulled up, upset, made the little girl get in the car, rolled over to the little boy, was like, man, basically stay the fuck away from my daughter. Got a little aggressive with him, slapped him upside the head or some shit. It didn't look like he hit him hard, but I guess you know what I'm saying. You tell me what you saw from your version, and then tell me how you feel about that. Because you made an interesting comment that I totally disagree with.
Well, I saw just like you just explained it. But I empathize with the father, who obviously was at a level of frustration, and he looked like he could have been the grandfather. And then another thing that was peculiar about it, this wasn't an American.
Yeah, he sounded African.
They were somewhere else. So it shows you that the truth is universal. But I empathize with whatever frustration that is that would make a father feel is that urgent to that point. Now, according to the video in the comments, everybody was commenting whether the father was wrong. And everybody was saying he was wrong, he was wrong, he was wrong. And like I say, but nobody empathized on it. Had to get to a level of frustration and desperation that he felt. And sometimes it ain't about being right or wrong, but can you empathize with that as a man looking in that situation? Like you said, I got a teenage daughter. I just had a conversation with men a week ago. We was talking about how do you deal with your teenage daughter when she coming into her sex appeal? See, we talking about the stages that any teenage daughter go through that could be sitting on a corner with somebody groping her ass, kissing her, and everybody know that's your daughter. See, it's a thing called pride and honor. So everybody's daughter finna deal with this type of emotions and rage. And we got to understand in today's time as a father, see, we can say, well, man, ain't no daddies. But then when you look at the desperation and frustration of a father who feel like, man, this is what I'm worth fighting for. If you tell me I'm wrong, all I can say is, so? Yeah. I'm going to get my baby off the goddamn corner kissing. So let me say this. I want to calm down, but I really want to tell this story in light of that. This is a real life story. I had a friend named Jimmy. Jimmy had a baby girl named Sabrina. Sabrina was young. Sabrina had a future full of hope. Now Sabrina grown, and Sabrina, she hooked on dope. And Jimmy, man, he be stressing himself. Trab, man, I don't know where I went wrong. Jimmy ain't even no religious man, but Jimmy praying to God every night that he sent Sabrina home. Man, Jimmy dealing with some shit. So Jimmy a real dude. Jimmy at work. Jimmy work around young dudes. Young dudes in the break room. They done got a bond together. They say, man, we all gonna get up and we gonna go out down to the kitty cat this weekend. Jimmy can't say nothing. They done told Jimmy that's where his baby at. She dancing, Jimmy.
You think they fucking with him?
No. This is the power of chance.
Yeah.
Sabrina down there stripping. Sabrina on dope. Sabrina was young, full of hope. Jimmy trying to figure out where the hell did he go wrong. He sending prayers. Lord, please send Sabrina home. But Sabrina down at the kitty cat stripping. And just some young guys who's single, vibrant, want to have a good time, say, man, let's meet at the kitty cat. But Jimmy in the background, listening to it go down. Mm-hmm. They come back. They don't know that's Jimmy, baby. Boy, she everything Jimmy raised her to be in confidence. She just in the wrong track. She down there being the number one stripper. That's Jimmy, baby. Everybody talking about her. Boy, they got that what they call a sea breeze down there. Good God almighty. Jimmy know that's his baby. But don't nobody know, man. Jimmy hurt. But it's a dude named Jerome who really know. And Jerome listening to Jimmy and seeing Jimmy hurt. Jerome know this shit real. Jerome got a 15-year-old daughter. We all men, we all know when you're dealing with a woman, sometimes the why in their life. This is why people don't understand the power of polarity. Sometimes the why in a female girl life is determined by that first emotional tie-in that they call love, determined by the intentions. boy, that's powerful. And they can be children. But if he ain't got something or come from something that understands some type of structure and principality to put in your daughter's first experience to understand what this is, she might lose her virginity to it. So that's power. So Jerome dealing with this with his daughter, but he see his daughter done been attracted to somebody that come from something that ain't nothing and can't be nothing. And it don't look like they headed to being something. So Jerome feel like, I beat this man. You better stay the fuck away from my daughter. And everybody saying Jerome wrong. But Jerome know if he got to fight for anything, this is what I'm going to fight for. See, everybody else will say, if somebody step on my shoe, if somebody step on my, man, you'll fight for any goddamn thing, but you won't fight and be wrong when it come to, get the fuck away from my daughter. And if I done tried to explain to her this spiritual warfare, shit coming for your baby. I'm talking real life. I do this shit called hero training, but my children hear everything I say. And they got to be to determine if I am what I say. So my daughter know this shit real. And she hear everything I say, and she walk out this house with a light like Bruce Leroy. Daddy, I got it. Daddy, I've been listening to you. Daddy, I feel so good, but I can't help her mind understand this shit come with this, baby. You're going to attract some real shit that's going to try to crack your egg. And I can't make her understand that until she faced that in her own fight. But if I see somebody coming and she don't understand it, fuck you talking about I'm wrong. You say I ain't perfect. You say I ain't nobody perfect. Well, let this be my imperfection. Motherfucker, hey, look.
I definitely get what you're saying. Now, this is where I disagree with you at. Now, let's reverse the situation. That's your son out there, young man kissing a girl, and he come home and said, Daddy, motherfucking grown man rolled up on me and slapped me up for kissing his daughter, and I'm a teenager. What do you do?
Now this real life shit. Cause I ain't no motherfucker, or I'm gonna say this. I ain't no man or no person in my life that would be out somewhere displaying public affection on any woman at any time. Yeah. That's called respect.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold that standard to my son. So you telling me you, like you said, ain't nobody, ain't no boy finna stand in front of my house and in no type of way with my daughter. So my son gonna understand it. Don't you be out there in the world with that type of mentality. If it's real when it's supposed to be real. That's something done in private on any level.
Now, let me tell you a situation. And this is where I say I disagree. The reason I say I disagree because most of the time when I was growing up, the girls that had fathers and were into extracurricular shit, they didn't get pregnant. They didn't do shit. Now, I ain't saying that they didn't sneak and fuck, but that we didn't have to worry about them getting pregnant or going to college. Even the girls that we knew that had daddies and their daddy was active, coming to the games, coming to the school, we kind of steered away from. We didn't want to go through that with their daddy. But I will say this, and Trav, somebody wants to say it's for you. I'm assuming they talking to you saying answer the question. I thought you answered the question, but they must have didn't get it.
I answered another way. Tell them to state the question. I answered another way.
Yeah, I thought you were saying what I heard. You didn't taught your son not to be kissing on nobody in public, and if I thought you was basically saying,
yeah,
you're gonna tell your son, God damn it, you shouldn't have been doing it. That's what I thought.
Yeah. That's respect.
Answer the question for the brother.
Yeah, that's what I would tell my son, and that's what my son see and understand. Public affection is a thing that has to go into respect, and there's a spectrum on that. You don't be out nowhere groping your woman. Man, come on. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell my son. So if he disrespects,
if he said, Daddy, this motherfucker slapped me upside the head 3 times for kissing on his daughter, you're gonna say, son, well, that's a father, and I would do the same thing for your sister. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole context,
Yeah, I see what you said.
and like I say, me and you can get on here and talk about how low life and fuckery it is to be a dope dealing nigga that will fuck up your community and destroy women. Only thing a street nigga ever did was break women and destroy women. We can talk statistically about how all of this shit works. So when we can intellectually understand this shit, and then when we see a seed of that trying to get your daughter or putting your daughter in a situation to the same way, you gonna tell me now I got to know all of this shit and it don't mean nothing when I watch my daughter in the face of? I can't protect her.
Now, Trav, this is why I say what we disagree with. Now, the reason I say I did, let me tell you a quick story, and then I'm gonna comment on what Crook said, and you can respond to him too. When I was in the 10th grade, I went to the prom with a girl that was a senior. She played basketball. She was 6'8", 6'9", and she went to Virginia Tech, so she was very popular. And I was tall, pretty much 6'4", 6'5" in the 10th grade, and she wanted to go to the prom with somebody that was tall, just quite as tall as her, that looked decent on her pictures. That's what she said. But she used to always joke with me, said, when we go to the prom, I'm gonna drown you. I don't know if you remember that. That's something that girls used to say back in the day. I'm gonna drown you with this pussy. And I was scared. This girl tall, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking if they tall, they deep. I'm just a young man with not a lot of experience. Now, when her father picked us up for the limo, he had a limo pick us up, you know what I'm saying? And he came over there. He had his little shotgun and he did his little prom speech, you know, my daughter, da, da, da. And I'm sitting here like, she's the one telling me she gonna fuck me. I'm scared. And after he gave his speech about don't fuck his daughter, it gave me the courage to fuck his daughter. Now, what I'm saying is this real shit. You just the example you just gave. You just went into a lot of context of, you gave the example of the drug dealer, and I get what you're saying, but we don't know what this situation was. All we know, it looked like a little boy kissing a little girl. The point I'm making is this. After that girl's father did all his little talk to me, you know what she said to me? I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. I believe if that girl really liked that little boy that's on the corner, the next time she see that little boy, she gonna give him some pussy to apologize to him for what her daddy did.
Yeah.
One thing you ain't gonna do is you're not gonna get around puberty. Now, what I'm saying is, as a father, I hope that most fathers have done the pre-work to prevent this stuff. We ain't saying that a little girl ain't gonna kiss, but I hope that most fathers have done the pre-work to where, like you said, you teaching your son, man, don't be doing all that kissing in public, holding hands and all that shit. That shit can get you in trouble. So I hope most fathers have done the pre-work. And I understand the frustration, but only thing I'm saying is hitting the little boy is a situation where he can go to jail or hell. Because you don't know what a man gonna do. You done ran up on him and slapped his son up. But as far as him sitting down, hey, little man, I don't see, in reality, I don't see nothing he can do but talk to his daughter, because you see what I'm saying? Let me say this real quick. And I thought this was crazy. And then we'll get more into it, because I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And T.I., I saw this thing where T.I. was taking his daughter. It was his daughter. I think it was his stepdaughter. She wasn't his real daughter. Taking her to get her hymen checked every year to make sure she is still virgin. I just thought that was real fucking weird, man. Like, I just thought that was real fucking stupid. Like, it made me feel like he wanted his daughter, or why are you that concerned? I understand you concerned and you want her to, be chaste and whatever, but you checking her to get her hymen checked, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't guard that. So, but go back into your point, because one of the brothers says, I'm pretty sure you got a rebuttal, like I said, because like I said, you having a son and a daughter. So at this age, and like you said, every now and then, like I had my goddaughter, and she's not my daughter, but I raised her and I love her and I love her like a daughter. But I noticed when she began to get pretty, and when I looked at her and said, whoa, my little goddaughter fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I've always talked to her real, but I guess it was easier for me because she want my child. I would always tell her about what boys want, what they looking for, what they into, da 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 da. And she happened to get her a nice little boyfriend now. She got her own place. They do their thing. You know, I don't know what they doing, but she ain't pregnant. And she ain't fucked up in the game. So I guess it was easier for me to talk to her about these things because she wasn't my daughter. I didn't have that actual like, damn, if my daughter get pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Because I imagine that's something that men think about with teenagers if they not like, I doubt if you walk around worried about your daughter getting pregnant or worried about your son getting somebody pregnant, if you feel like you on point as a father, but that don't mean that you damn don't. So speak on that, man, because it's a very complex situation.
Yeah, and let me say this. I can't see the comments, but as far as anybody commenting,
comments up so you can see them. Can you see
that? In terms of it being a rebuttal or not, it ain't about right or wrong. This is a perspective, because at the end of the day, I would assume that anybody who's paying us attention has something in common, and this is real fatherhood. So, like I say, ain't nobody above the bullshit. This is some bullshit that we all probably will have or may have to deal with when we dealing with a young lady in 2025 that's entering these thresholds of emotions. But one thing we got to keep and realize about social media in a video, see, everything has a process.
Yeah.
So when you look at a situation and you realize you got to examine the slip, not the fall.
Yeah.
If ain't nobody above the bullshit, what type of frustration? Cause yeah, I talk to my daughter. I got a good relationship. I want to coach my daughter and believe and understand that she'll make the best decisions she can make in her life. She know respect. She know what me and her mama showed her. So I just got to have faith and believe in that.
Yeah.
But everybody real until shit get real.
I will say this, no matter what, like you did say in your comment, the father's damned if he do, he damned if he don't. Because it's a situation where no matter what happened, you're gonna be to blame.
Hey, look. If you don't see, man, we talk about manhood. And this why it's a rare thing. Because it comes with accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it comes with a lot of weight. It comes with being the asshole in your own home because they don't understand the detriment of making wrong choices.
Yeah.
See, I don't know about everybody else, but I was a teenager. And I was a hell of a teenager.
And you know you was riding around with the damn car with the stripes on it and the rims and the system. You know you was a hell of a teenager. You know
I was a hell of a teenager.
Yeah.
So even in being a hell of a teenager, I knew what it was like to approach a man in respect and honor by seeing or talking to his daughter. I understood that imposture, how to deal with a young lady father.
Yes, sir.
Or just a man. I got a daddy. I saw this. I got sisters. I got aunts. I know how it works. But when somebody don't understand how it works, see, you got middle class people right now, probably that's listening to us. That we hear about food stamps, but we don't know nothing about that. We think us and our children are better than a whole different class.
Yeah.
You send your children to public school. It's a video the other day, the little boy, the little girl watched her mom and daddy fight like a motherfucker over a charger.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she gets something downloaded in her soul. And she got to go to school with your middle class ass son. And it's something about her that make him know she's sad and he can make her smile. And you don't know and realize the same people you thought you was better than done been tied to your ass.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
You see how that worked, though,
yeah,
man?
yeah,
So
yeah.
when people see this, it's a reason my grandmama and my granddaddy ask me or ask somebody what's their last name, so they can know who you bringing home, who you dealing with, where they come from, what they a part of, what they known for. Man, that means something.
Yeah, because I remember when I was growing up, there was some girls in my hometown, the Hargroves and the Bullocks. And you know, my damn, I done said their last names, but fuck it. I mean, they know their family's crest. They know what people say about their family. The Hargroves and the Bullocks. My uncle was just like, don't fuck with them Hargroves or them Bullock girls. You know what I'm saying? Always told us to stay away from these girls. And I'm pretty sure those girls, you know, parents told them or whatever, but you know, just to wear that. Me personally, I have a different, you know, because I'm gonna ask you about that. I have a special needs daughter right now. She's nonverbal, so you know, I'm manifesting her to have the most regularless motherfucker life as possible, but I don't know right now. So you know, I was talking to my brother, and he was like, you know, and you know, my brother got 2 daughters, and he was like, you know, as hard as it was for him, he was like, the best thing he could do was teach his daughters how to cook and sew and be submissive, and you know, they beautiful girls. And he was like, he said something, I agree. He said, man, I always hope my daughters met a good dude that's about 10 years older than them, that want to make them a stay-at-home mother. You know what I'm saying? As hard as it is, I kind of agree with him, man. You know, I think a lot of men look at their daughter based on how they was. You know, me personally, I ain't never told no woman no lies. You know, I was always honest. Ain't no woman out here can say I fucked her over, stole her credit cards, or did nothing. So I don't walk around looking like how can I say this? Maybe I was a little promiscuous in college, but I don't walk around like some people like, shit, man, everything you ever did gonna come back on you through your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, men be like, oh, if you was out here hoeing around, then you got to watch your daughter. You know, I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope my daughter meets a older guy that wants to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? I will hope she have the life that I wished I could provide for my wife. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I guess that's a touchy subject, especially when they start to get 16, and like you say, you see your daughter developing what you say is her sexiness, and it's gonna be a motherfucking predator out there. You know, I remember one of my brother's friends, you know, that we grew up with, tried to holler at his daughter, and she was about 26, but he was 50 something. And man, my brother put a stomping on his motherfucking ass. And you know, and I was just like, man, you know, his daughter told him that he hollered at her at the club. And he stomped the nigga down. And thank God he didn't go to jail. The guy just took the ass whooping. But I was like, you know, what you stomp him down for? And he was just like, man, she grown. He was like, but I felt it was like disrespect to me. Like that man has seen me pick my daughter up from a little child. He was like, how could he just saw it as a sign of disrespect to him to try to fuck his 26-year-old daughter, and he 50 something. So he put a Stomp Johnson on his ass. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
Well, like I say, man, you don't know. Like I say, it's a process. You don't know what type of relationship they had.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and you don't know what type of conversations they had. And if you share experiences with a man, and then you realize that wasn't genuine, and he can look at your daughter in any type of way, it makes you goddamn that'll trigger your mind to say, how long has it been?
That's what he was saying.
Been watching my daughter. So now, man, this real life shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
real life shit. But I want to say this even to a testament to where we play games, everybody acting. Like we say, we can talk about whether it's believing in God or anything, but marriage is a real thing that we based on morality and God. It's a whole ritual given away that everybody that get married, or everybody in hopes to get married, there's a part in that ritual when they ask, who gives this bride to this man? So if that don't mean nothing, then don't none of it mean nothing.
Yeah.
So if I got that power over my baby
to give her away.
To give her away, because ever since she came in this world, I witnessed God. And I had an assignment to cultivate, protect. Well, all my days, man. So when you tell me, well, as a man in this here dirty ass world, I got to give my baby to something, boy, it got to be real.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me I'm wrong because and this ain't about being right or wrong. This is about the level that a man play this game on. So I'll say it even to that. I empathize with the angry father.
I do too. I just think you shouldn't have hit him.
And let me say, and I say that, but you don't know the conversation. I say it got to be a process.
He could have told him, boy, next time I catch your ass out here trying to do some shit.
hey, look, you'll hit somebody for way worse, less frustrational moment. Mm-hmm. Somebody can come up to you and say, "Oh man, fuck you, old head." You might rush him.
Or
you lose it. Your ego, so anything can tip the ego off, but it got to be a process to it.
I want to caveat into something else you said that made a lot of sense earlier. When you said the middle class person and then the lower class person, and this girl done been through some. I want to speak on that. We got this whole food stamp issue going on right today. Yesterday, me and my wife, we were sitting down, and I done made some comments about the food stamps, and I do feel like after a certain amount of time, you being on them, that there should be some way of getting off Section 8. But I did have a moment of empathy where yesterday, me and my wife, we was going through ChatGPT, and we was talking about. My wife was showing me how this shit can tailor your diet and and what you should eat for your blood type and all this shit. So I'm talking to it, telling it what I want to eat and how I love ramen noodles and this, that, and the other. So it was like, I can come up with a 7-day meal plan for you to see. And, me and my wife, she did hers and I did mine, and she done went on her phone, and I done went to Amazon. She done went to Amazon Fresh. I don't know if you know what that is, where you can order your food. And I done just picked out every motherfucking thing I wanted to eat on the list. You know what I'm saying? And she done picked out everything she wanted to eat. And when my grocery list come through, my grocery list like 130. Her grocery list like 105. And I'm like, well, give me the card. Let me put this shit in. And I just said at that moment, I said, Lord have mercy. I'm sitting here ordering fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? I had to order a $13 jug of nuts, just nuts, because I like nuts, right? Yeah. And I'm sitting here saying, damn, it's people that don't know how they gonna eat. And when me and my wife was having this conversation, I want to ask you something. I remember my granddaddy said a white man killed his mule. I felt like I heard the story before. I think my granddaddy was making up some bullshit he saw on an old movie or something, because I felt like I seen this shit and said, that's what happened to my granddaddy. He said, maybe granddaddy stole this shit. But long story short, my granddaddy had a mule, and this is my great-grandfather. He said he came home and somebody had shot his mule. And he go around looking. And he said the white man came by and said, well, I heard you're looking for somebody that shot your mule. I don't want you to do nothing bad. I'm just let you know I did it. And my granddaddy says, what the fuck you kill my mule for? And he said, I can't just stand the fact that a black man got a mule and I don't got one. And that's what my granddaddy told me. I felt like I seen that shit in a movie or dreamed that story. Long story short, sometime when we middle class, having a class up under us to look down on makes us feel good or feel like we speak on that. Well, you said something that I ain't know where you was going, but like you said, that little middle class boy can look at that little poor girl and tell what he need to say. Speak on that, and just speak on just how, how as a man, I felt blessed, and I ordered my daughter a special menu. I felt blessed just to be able to provide for my family. You said some shit to me one time that made me really reevaluate. You said when you in the grocery store shopping for your family and grabbing all the Oreos and your favorite snacks or whatever the fuck your children want makes you feel good. It's like flexing. Speak on that, man.
On the real side, even when you talk about racism in 2025, it's rhetoric in a sense because classism is the mascara and makeup that hides America's racism in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is, and I can say I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. We just yesterday we got a new police chief, a black woman. Matter of fact, she was the police chief in Raleigh, and she came to Charlotte. And
Was she the
so,
police chief in Durham?
okay, in Durham,
I thought I saw what she.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she just replaced a black police chief in Charlotte. So here in Charlotte, North Carolina, let me make this point. We have a black police chief, a woman. We have a black district attorney. We have a black mayor. We have a black a city manager. We have every leadership that's black. So I go to these conversations in these tables in these rooms with leadership. And I go there as a black man, a representation of all our struggles. We all we got, we all we need. And I realize this ain't about race. This ain't about us. Because when you take this skin thing and they go sit up there at that table or on that podium, see the we get way out there. The we becomes about the class. See, the we becomes about who's next door to me in my community. And see, we work hard. We work hard to separate ourselves from them. See, them get shady. Who is them? So she representing to work herself hard to represent we, and now she got to be conscious of little Ray Ray and his sister Boone Shinka. But at the end of the day, her daughter, Olivia, and her son, Brian, she worked hard to keep them away from Ray Ray and Bushinka. And through the parameters of nobody's above the bullshit, like you say, marginalizing it, they have worked hard to marginalize their children's lives to never be in the same circumstances with Ray Ray and his sister, Bunshika. See, a lot of people talking about food stamps and if they're going to get them or not. But if they don't, are you close enough to somebody to go help them? Some people don't even know nobody. They just know this shit to be real on social media.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care enough.
They don't know. No, they literally. And you know what, Trab?
Come on, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't mean to cut you off. You just made a good point, and I have to be honest. And I speak about it, but I don't know nobody on food stamps. It's like law of attraction in your circle. I don't know no deadbeat daddies. I don't know. I don't have a friend that's on child support. Everybody that I was friends with are either married in the house with their kids, or if they divorce, they quarterback in that situation. You know, they college educated, they understand they don't want the white man in their business. I don't know nobody. Like I literally, I've always helped the homeless, and I do stuff now, you know, in the community. But I do it. You know, the Bible said, "Don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing." I do it, but I don't post no fucking videos doing no helping no people. I think that's the dumbest shit in the world. Hey, look at me, I'm out here doing some shit. I think that's so dumb, because I remember when I used to feed the homeless with this church, and I wasn't even a church person, but I could cook. They had a church big ass kitchen. I loved to go in there. They had the big ass boilers, and I like cooking in their facility. So I remember doing the cooking, and me and my wife would feed, and it would be outside of her hair salon. And we did this every Wednesday and Saturday for 3 years. I dedicated myself to cooking every Wednesday and Saturday for 3 years. And I loved doing it. But I just remember so many people coming out there that I would ask, you know, you want to come out here and help me feed the homeless, or you want to bring some clothes? And people would just be taking pictures of themselves giving. And I could just remember saying to myself, if I was homeless and somebody had a fucking tent or a blanket that I needed, I wouldn't tell them, hell no, don't put me on that camera. It's like my pride would go out the window. So I hate to see people taking pictures of what they doing to help the poor. But the point I'm making is, most of us have isolated ourselves and moved to a neighborhood, and like you said, worked hard to become a we that's not affiliated with they. You see what I'm saying? I saw the video of your damn yard. I said, this nigga got a nice yard. Your yard was good enough to let me know you live with them white folks.
Go ahead, home. Go ahead.
I know what a nigga live with white folks. So how do you feel about, do your kids go to public school, or are you sending them to public school? What are you doing to try to, because I know as much as we try to be Black power and this, that, and the other, there is a level of separation where we see ourselves as separate, meaning we say, I'm middle class, I'm trying to help them. You know what I'm saying? But even in trying to help them, there is a level of separation. What do you feel about that?
Man, we all we got, we all we need. As much as I can say it's real, I got a concept that I call grandmama house. My grandmama on both sides had 9 kids. Had tons and tons of grandkids. Out of them 9 kids on both sides, you had them at every spectrum. Some got caught up in the drug time. Some made it out. Some went to college. Some was rich. But at grandma's house, you had a spectrum of cousins that was from every part of life. So it taught you to really understand who we is.
Yeah.
So my children, like you say, your children watch you and learn from you. So my children don't watch me on the spectrum of what appears to be a poor man. Get respect and honor from their daddy. My children don't watch me walk in a room where it seems to be, dang daddy, these rich people, and they see their daddy get the same respect and give the same respect as the poor man. So I'm allowing them to see real in that sense and know their position in it. But hard work is hard work. I go in the community and I deal with the Ray Rays and the Boom Shinkers. I understand what that's about. Like you say, and let me make this point, even going back to the homeless. See, if you ever been out there and you ever worked with them people, feeding them people, let me tell you something. This ain't about poverty. This ain't about being poor. These are words that's making you keep your whole spirit in a container. This is about real mentalism. People that has been broke, people that got psychological vices. So when you take some food, some blankets, some soap, man, that don't mean shit. But thank you for the moment and showing you got humanity. But what's really wrong can't be fixed by material offerings.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
So
that
put
you
that in perspective. Anybody, when you going out there, to realize what you doing and why you doing it.
Yeah, man, that's amazing that you say that, because my wife would tell you, in talking to the people out there, it was never like I'm just broke, I'm a dirty, low down motherfucker. It's always some catastrophic that happens. A divorce. You know what I'm saying? A man divorced and lose half and can't bounce back. There were jobs, like a lot of the guys out there and women out there in the RTP area, there were jobs like Nortel, IBM, AT&T that was paying regular folks without college degrees $150,000 a year. And when those jobs shut down, a lot of people found another job making 60, but it couldn't match what they was already doing. So most of the people I met out there are brilliant, regular people. They're not even on drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand where you're coming from. I just know sometimes I find myself say, damn, I'm thinking no different than the white man because of classism. And I ain't upper class. I'm what I said po. You know what I'm saying? But the world say that if you work every day and pay your taxes and you got a mortgage, that you middle class. That's what the world say. You know what I'm saying? But I done been house poor before, where all we could do was pay our house payment and our car payments. You know what I'm saying? So I know the end of that. You know what I'm saying? So
well, that's going all the way back to good times, man. James and the Evans was poor, but they had what was real. It was a man, a woman, and their children.
Yeah.
So when we get into classism, Yeah, the American dream is what classism is about. Hard work is what classism about. Discipline is what classism about. All the commitment is what classism about. When I go to school from kindergarten to 12th grade, I'm the head of my class because I make a higher grade, meaning I either got a natural gift of intelligence or I really got the discipline to work hard to maintain a higher grade. So this ain't nothing deep and this ain't nothing victimizing. This is just how it works. Now, some people in life, such as black people, have not been given the tools or the fair position to understand how to fight they fight. But even in those tools, man, in the real time of darkness for a black man and woman and their children in America, when we ain't had nothing and they ain't want to give us nothing, we had each other. So when you take that away and we normalize and we rationalize with that, and now we looking at that as a symbol of being poor and broken, then that's what that is. We can't take that away. If you go take the battery poster loose, it don't work, y'all. So when we watching a woman who's struggling without a man or who got children and there's no father there for them children, fuck child support, fuck food stamps, fuck all the material things. Man, do we believe in God, the soul, or are we just playing? Oh, that shit means something in real life. That shit really means something, man. So that becomes the symbolisms to evade what's really wrong with us, what's really wrong with a child, what's really wrong with a woman, what's really wrong with a man.
Trav, let me ask you something. We and them, right? Say, for example, there was a time where all blacks were below the poverty line. Do you think the fact that, how can I say this? When you start having different classes of blacks, that's what separates us. I remember growing up and in my neighborhood, I didn't know I was poor because everybody was poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying is, do you think that as we grow, how can I ask this question? Let me just ask it in a way, and I might be I'm asking it right, but I don't know how to say it. Do you think that as we grew up a class, we got high-minded and said, fuck the class below us? Or do you think that the lower class, as they stayed more in poverty, got evil and meaner and said, fuck us? What is the barrier between us and them, meaning hardworking people who have a mortgage, that send their kids to school to do right, and the motherfucker that's getting the Section 8 and food stamps? Why do we see ourselves as so far apart and so different? Is there a level of us looking down on them and saying, fuck them, we made it out? Or is there a level of them looking up at us saying, I'm envious of these motherfuckers, think they got something? Why ain't we the village that we used to be?
Phil Mobb said one time, it ain't about who's right, who's wrong. It's about who's real and who's fake. Yeah, we don't know who us and them, cause we damn near don't know who we is. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You gave example. You say you looked at my yard, and most people would say, "Well, I'm middle class," and like you say, that's materialism. I grew up in
middle class.
Hey, look. But I grew up in Hidden Valley, right? 99.9% black neighborhood. Whole elementary school, 99.9% black. But as a child growing up in this neighborhood, man, my daddy worked 7 days a week. My daddy said, man, get out there and cut the grass. All I knew how to do was cut the grass. But I'm watching my friend Bam Daddy, Odell, Al, Devin. Man, they got yards of the week. Man, they got I got an old lawnmower my daddy done got from my granddaddy backyard. So there's something put in me about pride. This ain't got nothing to do with class. I don't give a damn if I was staying out where they call ants. I'm gonna cut my grass. You understand what I'm saying, man? There's something real in me, right? So, but all I got is discipline. You understand what I'm saying? So here I am. Yeah, it can look like middle class if you judging me materialistically. But I think I'm an intellectual black man. I work in this world in leadership. I go talk in rooms. Man, I hold myself to any standard that I can hold it to. But there are some black people that don't even deal with me. They think they on a better class than me because I cuss. I'm just old hood ass nigga. And I'm like, God damn. They think like that of me. So what the fuck is class? Who the fuck is we?
Yeah.
If we're just gonna talk about materialism and money, then I can go off and sit off at somebody's house that's real and sincere. And then my people. And that ain't got nothing to do with what they got or where I'm sitting at. That's about the moment, knowing who real and who fake.
So in short, so I can paraphrase you, your grass look good just because your daddy made you cut grass. And you grew up looking at these other people with these nice yards, and your pride just said, this ain't got nothing to do with money. If you was living in the damn worst neighborhood, your grass and shit'll be tight.
Come on, for real.
Yeah.
That's pride. That's what we lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's what tied us together.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, because I just know I'm a product of middle-class men saying, let me go get that boy. That boy looked like he could play some ball. Put me on the back of their truck, spent the night at their house with their kids, bought my cleats, bought my basketball shoes. So, and that's one of the reasons when it came time and being a stepfather, I had no problem with it because I've always been a product of somebody else's daddy doing something for me and somebody else's daddy raising me. And I will say this is where I say there's a little guilt that come in in raising my sons, because I was that father to their friends, but I was their father to, how can I say this without just say it? I was a father like that to their friends, but it was to boys who had single mothers with no fathers, but they were still kind of middle class kids. I kind of always steered my kids away from what we call vagabonds or riffraff or lowlives. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want them around there. And I didn't, and not being from this city, you know what I'm saying? There were certain places in certain neighborhoods I avoided to help. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I say, damn, what if somebody would have did me like that? Oh, you pull from Ridgeway across the tracks. We don't fuck with them kids over there. So that I can see there was a time when one of my sons had this little friend, and I knew he was from one of the worst neighborhoods, and I just was like, this motherfucker ain't coming over here. We're gonna keep this motherfucker away. You know what I'm saying? And that was a little friend. And I bought him shoes and did this, that, and the other, but I was adamant about, you know, like, well, why he can't spend the night with us? Or why we can't go over his house? And, you know, I just was like, it ain't happening. You know, and I felt like certain kids that were exposed to certain things could corrupt them. You know what I'm saying? Quick story, and this is funny. With my boys, I used to light incense if I ever sparked up some weed in the house, right? So they would smell incense and say, what you doing? You lighting incense? I said, I'm about to meditate and study. So they got it into the habit of whenever they do their homework, they come to me and ask for an incense, right? So one day I had a group of boys from the football team over there, and I lit up the incense. You know, I was sitting in the back room, and one of the kids smelled the incense. He's like, oh, incense. And I heard my son say, yeah, I'm about to go get one for my daddy. That's what we do when we study, to meditate. And the little boy said, that's what my mom and them do when they smoke weed. They smoking weed.
Yeah.
So when the kid left, the boys came to me and was like, do y'all smoke weed? You know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn, this little motherfucker that revealed. You know but that's just something I was throwing out there, man.
Yeah. Let me say this too, man. This real life shit. When I was in the 12th grade, like I say, man, I hold a lot of hurt today because I didn't go to college. and I felt like with football, whatever. But I remember in the 12th grade, I went and sat with my guidance counselor. And in the 12th grade, I had a 69 Nova, like I say, candy paint, rims. I had real gold teeth that didn't come out. I had a big chain. I had big nuggets in my ear. And I had confidence, right? And that sound like at that time, 1997, that was the outfit of a dope dealer.
Yeah.
But like I say, man, I was raised around my cousins at my grandma's house. They taught me how to shine. But I worked at McDonald's, Captain D's, Red Lobster while I was in high school. And on my off days, man, I was a thorough child barber that could cut hair all day on a Saturday and people still waiting. So money came to me just being who I was. And
Yeah.
I wanted to shine. And I shined. So when I sat in there with my guidance counselor, academically gifted, football star, never been in trouble, never drank, never do anything wrong, the idealistic, but I just like to shine. And he looked at me and spit in my face because all he saw was a young dope dealer
A
nigga
little
from the
dope
hood.
nigga. Yeah. He ain't know you
And
a
man,
hardworking boy.
I remember that, and he did to this day, but that hurt me so much as a child. And I ain't had nobody to explain that to. So when I even talk about the discernment of being able or prepared to fight to protect my daughter, man, I'm real enough in real life to know who come to my door on every spectrum, in every level. And if her mama and I see is something that's real enough to fight for and defend, even when she don't understand, shit.
Yeah, I mean that's times that you have to go get your kids from certain places. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
That's
bring it back to that, but I just want to tell that story about we, us, and them. I done been on every spectrum of us to know who's real and who's fake. And there's some people down off in some real misunderstanding. I'm talking about some real tragedies in life, some real pain, and they wholeheartedly in it. Don't know how they got there, don't know which way they want to go out, but they real in their soul enough to bear their soul to say, man, hey man, I'm trying. And you got some people who ain't real. They just down in there, knowing they ain't got to be, playing around with people who really hurting, acting like they care. You got to know who real and who fake out here in this world. Even on this motherfucking thing I'm talking on. Don't
yeah,
take me for being real. You better know how to eat the meat and spit out the bones of what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
For
I
real.
feel you, man. It's like I said, it's a situation where, we all go through, being somebody in your family that people perceives as well off, or somebody think you got it. You know what I'm saying? If one of my biggest things in life is motherfuckers have always thought I had it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and I'm gonna share, but one of the hardest things, and I guess is a situation when motherfuckers think you have it and can come to you and ask you for help. Over time, that becomes to be your claim to fame. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like, oh, big bro got it, or cuzzo got it. And sometimes you may help when you can't really afford to help, just because you don't want to say no. Not because you don't want to say no, but because you want to continue to maintain that image of someone that has it, that can help. You know what I'm saying? I've been through that where little sister or something asked me for something, and I borrowed this shit to give it to her so I can look like I still had it. You know what I'm saying? So that whole us and them and what class you in, and that shit is real, man. And regardless of what people say, sometimes it can be a prison to try to maintain that status for your family and the people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shout out to my brother Trey. This real life shit. I want to say, boy, you fucking with me, ain't you? I just talked to him 45 minutes before the show. And he said, "How you doing, Trab? I sound like I can hear some frustration." And I used to work with him for 14 years. Man, he was like my therapist. And I say, "Man, same old thing, same old thing." He said, "Man, it's real simple why you go through some of the things you go through." I say, "What?" He said, "Well, look at it like this, Trab. You're around people that make more than you and have more than you in their mind, but they can't figure out why you happier than them. And man, you ain't gonna never beat that fight until you get out of that and know you more than that." That's envy. That's real jealousy. When somebody got more than you. See, we could say, if we had a little bit more money, we could do this, we could do that. If I had a little bit more security, man, I'll be free. Well, it's people with money and security that's looking at you envious and jealous. Because, see, you got something that money can't buy. And the reason you got it, because you ain't got the money to buy it. So you got to have it.
Say you old enough for your motherfucker wants not to hurt you. So if you're going to be happy, you better be happy.
So you got it. And you got to know you got it, because you can't get it because you ain't got enough money for what you really think it is. So you got to have it. And when you really got it, it comes out of you in a light. It comes out of in your eyes. It comes out of your ears. It comes out of your mouth. And you got people around you who know that they think they better than you because they got what you struggle for, but they ain't got it. It's on the inside.
You know what's crazy, man? Before we get out of here, a quick story. I got a homeboy, and I call him my homeboy, but we didn't fell out. Over time, I guess he just always compared his life to me. When we was in college, he want to be better than me in sports. He want to get more girls than me. He just want to be better than me. And his house is a lot bigger than mine. And the last time, I might have told this story. The last time we was over here, we got to talking, and we just having some beers and smoking a little joint, and just rapping. And he come up with this, "Yeah, Clark, man, your social media presence and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other." He started talking about all the stuff on social media and how popular I was. And I'm like, that shit means nothing to me. I'm trying to get more popular. I'm trying to reach my people. I'm trying to change. I want my name to go down in history. And he was like, "Yeah, you got this. And then he was like, "When you think about getting a new house?" And I said, "Well, shit, my son's grown. I got a daughter who got an extra bedroom. Like, well, I don't want no fucking new house right now. If shit pop, I'm gonna get a new house." And he was talking about his house, and I just saw him comparing us.
Come on.
And I say, "Hey, man," I said, "Why the fuck you always seem like you comparing us?" He was like, "Well, I said, "Man, you got a big house that you work 60 hours a week to maintain. You don't even get to sleep in the bed with your woman. You don't even be around your kids. You think I'm jealous of your house?" I said, "All you do is talk about how your marriage is on the rocks and my marriage is great." I said, "Why are you bringing up your house, man?" I said, "I think you fucking low-key jealous that I'm happy and I got less than you." And he was like, "Well, da, 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 da." And after that, got kind of quiet. And I toast him up the last bit. "All right, dog, I'm about to goddamn turn it in." And he left. And we ain't spoke since. We ain't spoke since. And this been almost 2 years. And this was somebody I really called my friend. But as we got older, he realized that his job and his money and his house wasn't making him happy. His kids and fucking don't talk to him. His fucking life is in shambles, but he got a big ass house in Briar Creek. And the funny thing is, I always say when my ship come in, I'm moving to Briar Creek. That's where I want to live at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's amazing how we can separate ourselves from us and them and use the class to do it. But sometimes it ain't even class. It's about who we perceive as happy and who we perceive as unhappy. But Travis, about that time, man. Wrap us up, man. Wrap us up. Give us something to go home with.
It ain't about who's right or who's wrong. It's about who's real, who's fake. Be careful when a naked person offer you a shirt. When I say naked, I'm talking about, man, when you get real in the moment. Like we say, the soul can't keep no secret that behavior won't reveal. If something happens when the moment when people get real, you see them naked. They can't hide behind nothing.
Mm.
Be
Now, I'm gonna take
careful.
that with me, man. Be careful when a naked motherfucker offer you a shirt.
For real, dog. Know what's real. Know who real, man. And when you feel it and you know when it's there, always stay in the moment. Always make that your what they call that. Make them your barriers. In order to get inside of it, they gotta take off whatever it ain't to get inside of it. And I promise you, this shit's so real that it'll show you it's real because a week later somebody will say, "Hey, I saw you at Walmart last week." And you say, "Why you ain't say nothing?" They wasn't ready to take off whatever fuck they had on.
Hey, people all the time, man. People say to me all the time, "Hey, bro, you that nigga on Facebook, you that nigga such and such. I saw you this, or I saw you that." Or people come to me and tell me 10 videos I made. I said, "Bro, you ain't comment, you ain't like her. Man, I fuck with you, I don't fuck with you," and just let me know how they feel. And I'll be like, why you still watching me if you don't like me? You know what I'm saying? If I don't like something, I don't give it no interest. I could be scrolling down my timeline, I see some Hebrew Israelite shit, I speed up. Oh no, I don't jump on it. You motherfucking Hebrew Israelites don't know what you talking about. I speed up when I see some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Me and Miss Carla gonna be in here tomorrow for Brandon Waving Wednesdays. Trab is gonna be on Facebook 9:30 for hero training. Y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and we appreciate y'all and we thank y'all for coming out.
Holy ground.